related to those plans, how developers are making their own plans based on government's approval. So everybody in our cities or each and every city wants to know what developer and distributor as well as our government is doing related to their well-being. What type of facilities they are looking for the next 5 to 10 years from their government side. This particular platform maybe provide this facility to each and everybody in this audience. So you can ask question to developer, you can ask question to government officials, you can ask question to your real estate consultants also. In day before, you must be know government of India already announced some real estate bill act. Which is in force right now in different other states. Lot of states also working on that particular bill. We are looking forward to our legal advisor, Mr. Sumesh, to bring some lights on particular bill. What is the responsibility of the developer? What is the responsibility of real estate agents? For how our real estate agent can be go in the next stage to develop their skills related to real estate professionalism. I invite our panelists to please, Shweta, can you? Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to begin with this precisely evening with the panel discussion. So, for the first panel discussion, may I invite all the panelists, first of all, with a really big round of applause, Mr. Apurva Gaur, Associate Director, World Trade Center. A really big round of applause from each and everybody. We welcome you to this very beautiful evening of today. And please have a seat. I would like to invite Mr. Uday Brar, Managing Director, UK Group. A really big round of applause from each and everybody. Mr. Shubham Sharma, Chairman, Chandigarh Property Consultant Association.
सेट तो उन्होंने की है यार छेड़े हैप्पी पीछे आया
Mr. Neeraj Pruthi, Senior Vice President, Ifan. And for the moderator, I would like to invite on dais none other than Mr. Narayan Krishnamurthy, Editor, Outlook Money. A really good round of applause. We will this very beautiful evening. And with this, I request the moderator, Mr. Narayan Krishnamurthy, to begin with this panel discussion.
My level best to see how much we can discover from Chandigarh today. Start with the graph first if you can.
Yes.
What is the degree of, what is the level of infrastructure development in Chandigarh today?
See, if you take Chandigarh into a view as a town as a city pan India, the first thing which comes up is the greenery, the proper planning, the development. So Chandigarh came into being in the year 1966. It was a city basically with a very few population, say a few thousand people, and today it is grown to 15 lakh odd people. And still in Chandigarh we don't feel it is a congested city. There are no such high-rise development has been done. So as a Chandigarh apart from development, the quality of living is superb, and recently it was also given the richest city for also. So people are quite generous to live here. They spend a lot, which also leads to tax paying and further into development and infrastructure building. That is what I can say.
सुभाष जी, आप बोलेंगे कि मार्केट कैसा है for retail as well as institutional real estate?
Okay, we are working in Chandigarh for last 10 years. मार्केट की अगर पूछते हैं तो चंडीगढ़ एक ऐसा शहर है जहाँ कोई पूरे इंडिया में नहीं, बाहर से लोग मतलब वो इन्वेस्ट चंडीगढ़ में इसलिए करना चाहते हैं। चंडीगढ़ एक ऐसा शहर है जिसमें रहने के लिए, लोगों की सुविधा के लिए हर तरफ से बेस्ट है। मतलब इन्वेस्टर हमारे पास मतलब इन क्यों होते हैं जो इन्वेस्ट करना चाहते हैं चंडीगढ़ और सराउंडिंग चंडीगढ़। उस वजह से चंडीगढ़ में आज की डेट में हमने पिछले 27 साल कभी देखा चंडीगढ़ की मार्केट को कोई फर्क पड़ता हो। ओवरऑल मार्केट स्लो है, लेकिन चंडीगढ़ आज भी हमारे पास डिमांड है, सप्लाई नहीं। चंडीगढ़ एक छोटा सा किलोमीटर, उसमें सराउंडिंग सब कुछ है। पर्टिकुलर चंडीगढ़ में बहुत सी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो बाहर नहीं मिल पाती चंडीगढ़ में। लोगों को ज़्यादातर जो डिमांड है चंडीगढ़ में इन्वेस्ट करने की, सराउंडिंग भी है, लेकिन पर्टिकुलर लोगों की चॉइस नॉट इन इंडिया, बाहर से जो एनआरई कस्टमर हैं उनकी डिमांड चंडीगढ़ में हमारा छोटा मोटा घर का बिजनेस शुरू हुआ है। उस वजह से वी आर हैप्पी कि चंडीगढ़ जैसे शहर में हम बड़ी जगह काम करते हैं, वी आर वेरी हैप्पी।
What has been your experience here?
Yeah, our experience regarding Chandigarh has been great. So basically, I am from Delhi, and like you, I am also not well aware of it. But seeing the potential of the city, we as WTC have decided to come up with a WTC in Chandigarh. So we already have the license in place for a WTC in Chandigarh, and very soon we will be coming up with a WTC. World Trade Centers basically are global drivers for trade, and we see that potential in this particular city that it can take it to next level. So we will be here soon.
आपने बोला कि यहाँ पे सुविधा सब कुछ है, कुछ डिस्क्राइब कर सकते हैं कि व्हाट वे?
सुविधा जैसे चंडीगढ़ में हमने काम स्टार्ट किया था तो तब 5 लाख लोगों के लिए बना था। अब 15 लाख की ऑलमोस्ट 13-15 लाख जो है पॉपुलेशन यहाँ पे है। जैसे जैसे समय बढ़ता रहा चंडीगढ़ की ऑफिशियल आते अपार्टमेंट एक्चुअली वो अब इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट आ रहा है। क्या था पहले चंडीगढ़ के लोग बहाली पंचकुला सराउंडिंग पंजाब हरियाणा फिर 8 घंटे सब दिल्ली जाते थे, सब कुछ वहाँ था। अब जैसे ही जैसे अभी पिछले 2-4 दिन हमारी मीटिंग हुई है, वी आर कनेक्टेड 9 to 13 कंट्री में। तो जैसे जैसे चीज़ें बढ़ेंगी तो मतलब चंडीगढ़ में मतलब लोगों का जो एक ही प्रॉब्लम थी यहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट।
Which basically sees some upside risk to inflation. Of course, the FY17 or the March 2017 target for inflation has largely been met, but the FY17-18 inflation target has been broken into two halves. First half at about 4.5%, second half at about 5%. This effectively means that the RBI sees some upside risk to the inflation projections of being able to achieve the 4% mark. Now that obviously has not been good news for the markets, and even more important is given the uncertainty on the global economic variables, as also coupled with the monsoon effects, the inflation impact and the transient liquidity, the RBI believes that the rates will remain in neutral mode for some time now. We therefore believe that incremental rate cuts in the near to medium term could not be something which could be conceivable. What should therefore markets look forward to going forward? Expect the markets to remain range bound in line probably in the band of about 5 to 10 basis points, given the kind of sell-off that we have already seen right now. The 10-year government security benchmark is almost at 6.8%. The good news here is that foreign institutional investors have been continuous buyers not only in the equity markets but also in the bond markets. January year to date 2017, we have seen almost 1 lakh crores of inflows by FIIs both in the equity and the fixed income markets. In fact, in the first 2 working days of April alone, we've seen approximately 10,000 crores of FII flows into the bond markets. This, we believe, will keep the yield rise under check with incremental buying coming in from foreign investors as also some investors in the domestic segment. What should be the outlook going forward and the strategies that investors should focus on? In this kind of a scenario, we have been quoting for quite some time that short-term or credit accrual-based strategies seem to be the best fit for an investor seeking exposure into fixed income. Ultra short-term kind of strategies also would probably be a better suited investment avenue over liquid funds where the yields are at abysmally low levels, and we believe will continue to remain that way going forward. Should one look at duration funds like gilt and bond even right now? Well, we believe that these funds come in with inherent increased volatility given the longer nature of the duration that they have, and therefore a buy on dips could be a potent strategy, probably as a tail end allocation to your fixed income portfolio. To conclude, we believe that the domestic variables are broadly under control with no imminent negatives in the offing. Crude has been under control. Inflation has been fairly orderly. It remains to be seen how the global factors pan out, which will obviously shape the future course of the monetary policy in India. Thank you.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully. This is the chart of the BSE Sensex. The red, yellow and green zones indicate when the stock market was expensive, fairly valued or cheap on the basis of the market's price-earning ratio or PE. You can see from your experience that most investors have got attracted to investing in the market at times when the markets have been in the expensive zone. This is validated when we see the data for flow of money into the market. While markets have been in the red or expensive zone on 37% of trading days, 72% of all money has come into the market at these times. On the other hand, markets have been cheap for 31% of trading days but have attracted only 3% of the money flow. What this says to us about human behavior is that investors attracted by past returns get greedy and enter equity markets when expensive. Correspondingly, they are struck with fear and decide to sell out when past returns look bad. Prudent investing demands the exact opposite in terms of behavior, that is, moving out of equity as markets get expensive and moving into equity when markets get cheap. The IDFC Dynamic Equity Fund exhibits this opposite but prudent investing behavior. It buys less equity as markets get expensive and buys more as markets get cheap, thus formalizing good investment strategy. The IDFC Dynamic Equity Fund has the flexibility to move from 100% to an effective 30% equity exposure to dynamically reduce equity exposure as markets get expensive and vice versa. Due to its nature and strategy, the Dynamic Equity Fund lies somewhere between debt.
The financial advisory business is rapidly evolving from offering just sales-based advice to advice-based sales of financial products. Advice that ensures customers can avail of better performing financial products that offer higher returns and enhanced security. This advice that empowers financial advisors to offer quality services is based on an understanding of numerous factors that influence the performance of financial products. Understanding that is gathered through a deeper understanding and solid analytics. Ifan, shaping tomorrow's financial planners. Independent Financial Associates Network, Ifan, is a B2B distribution platform for financial products that supports its associates to enhance their advisory and client services with the help of innovative technology and unbiased research. Established in 2005, Ifan possesses over 75 years of combined work experience in the financial industry. Ifan was founded with a vision to establish itself as a reliable partner for business growth and higher profitability that empowers financial advisors in India with a comprehensive range of investment products and services by being a one point of contact for all financial product and asset classes. Ifan offers a web-based B2B financial products and services platform where financial advisors and distributors can gain access to services like basket of products, research, financial planning, e-Nivesh, online wrap solutions, portfolio monitoring, CRM, commission management, training, financial planning, and trailer monitoring. It serves as an efficient, low-cost, plug-and-play model for advisors to scale up their business in a standardized manner. Ifan also offers professional back-office services for product research, marketing, and legal and compliance. Ifan provides efficient online access to its clients, enabling them to monitor all investments under one roof. Manufacturers can access Ifan's widespread professional associate network across the country. The greatest benefit that an associate of Ifan would hold is with Ifan's assistance, he would be in a position to grow his business both in quality and quantity. Ifan's research-based B2B platform offers various asset classes, covering mutual funds, debt, equity, real estate, home loan, LAP, and LAS to over 50,000 clients through a 1,000 plus dedicated associates network in 87 cities in India. The company has been ranked in top 50 distributors in India amongst over 90,000 distributors in mutual fund. Ifan also ranks amongst the top 5 distributors in company fixed deposit mobilization. Being a large institute and aggregator has an advantage to negotiate with financial product providers and thus offer higher short-term and long revenue to its associates. This also helps associates sustain their skilled manpower, thereby helping them increase their client base. As an associate starts increasing his network, he will have the potential to earn higher revenues across product classes. Ifan partners include a company that enables IFAs to gain greater efficiency and the ability to tap into economies of scale and at the same time help them deliver better service performance for their clients without increasing the cost. Ifan has taken the initiative to lead the change and facilitate a paradigm shift from the current sales-based advice to a more effective advice-based sales model in the financial services sector. Ifan.
टिंटो, अलमारी के ऊपर से ब्राउन वाला बैग निकाल दो।
ये तो बहुत ऊंचा है। मुझे ही क्यों बोलते हैं जबकि पता है कि मैं छोटा हूँ। मैं ही क्यों फंसता हूँ ऐसे चक्करों में।
बैग निकाला क्या?
पापा ये सही किया, ये लैडर सही है।
चिंटू के लिए बैग निकालना उतना मुश्किल नहीं था जितना वो सोच रहा था। थोड़ी समझदारी एंड छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स आपको मंजिल तक पहुंचा देते हैं। कहते हैं ना, द जर्नी ऑफ 1000 माइल्स बिगिंस विद वन सिंगल स्टेप। इसी तरह SIP के जरिए छोटे छोटे स्टेप्स लेकर फाइनेंशियल गोल्स अचीव किए जा सकते हैं। SIP मतलब सिस्टमैटिक इन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान। एक बार SIP रजिस्टर करने से हर महीने आपके बैंक अकाउंट से फिक्स डेट को फिक्स अमाउंट म्यूचुअल फंड में इन्वेस्ट होता जाता है। इससे डिसिप्लिन वे में आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट तो होता ही है, क्योंकि ये इन्वेस्टमेंट मार्केट लिंक्ड होती है, इसलिए मार्केट के उतार चढ़ाव के बीच आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट एक एवरेज कॉस्ट पर होता है। तो अब बड़े सपने देखो, चाहे छोटे स्टेप्स लो, शुरू तो करो।
पापा, बड़ी वाली अलमारी के ऊपर से मेरे गर्म कपड़े निकालने हैं और लंबी लैडर लगेगी।
हाँ, उसका भी इंतजाम है। ओ, आओ बड़ी सीढ़ी लगाते हैं।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
There once was a poet who fell upon such hard times that he was no longer able to feed his family. So he decided to set out for the palace and appeal to the generosity of the king. Upon being summoned by the king, he started reciting his poems. The king, well pleased, asked him to name his reward. Pointing to the finely wrought chessboard, the poet said, "Your Highness, if you place just 1 grain of rice in the first square and double it for every square, I will consider myself well rewarded." "Are you sure?" asked the king. "Just grains of rice and not gold?" "Yes, Your Highness." "So it shall be." So the courtiers started placing the grains of rice. 1 on the first square, 2 on the second, 4 on the third, 8 on the fourth square, and so on. By the time they came to the 10th square, they had to place 512 grains of rice. By the 20th square, the number swelled to 5,24,288. When they came to the halfway mark, the 32nd square, the grain count was 214 crores, 74 lakhs, 83,648. Soon the count increased to lakhs of crores. Eventually, the hapless king had to hand over his entire kingdom to the clever poet. And it all began with 1 grain of rice. Moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of compounding. If you systematically invest a small sum every month, your SIP can grow to a very impressive sum when you retire. Sundaram Mutual, unearthing opportunities. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Please read the statement of additional information and the scheme information document carefully before investing.
Equity as far as risk and return goes. This table shows at a glance the fund's allocation to equity based on how expensive the market is as defined by the market PE, and fine-tunes that allocation based on market momentum indicators. To invest in IDFC Dynamic Equity Fund, call your advisor today or visit us online at www.idfcmf.com. Mutual fund investments are subject to market risk. Read all scheme-related documents carefully. ये BSE सेंसेक्स का चार्ट है। चार्ट में लाल, पीले और हरे जोन हैं जो मार्केट की प्राइस अर्निंग रेशियो या PE के आधार पर हमें बताते हैं कि स्टॉक मार्केट कब कब महंगा, उचित कीमत पर और सस्ता रहा है। अपने अनुभव से आप देख सकते हैं कि ज्यादातर निवेशक मार्केट में तभी आए हैं जब मार्केट महंगा रहा है। मार्केट में समय समय पर आने वाले पैसों से ये और भी साफ हो जाता है। कुल ट्रेडिंग दिनों में से 37% बार मार्केट महंगे यानी कि लाल जोन में रहा और इसी समय 72% पैसा मार्केट में आया। इसके विपरीत जब कुल ट्रेडिंग दिनों में से 31% बार मार्केट मंदी से गुजरा यानी कि सस्ता हुआ, तब सिर्फ 3% पैसा मार्केट में आया। इससे हमारे व्यवहार के बारे में पता चलता है कि निवेशक अपने पिछले रिटर्न से प्रभावित होकर अधिक रिटर्न्स के लालच में तेजी के दौर में इक्विटी मार्केट में निवेश करते हैं और इसी तरह पिछले खराब रिटर्न से घबराकर मार्केट से निकल जाते हैं। जबकि समझदारी इसी में है कि हम इसके बिल्कुल विपरीत व्यवहार करें, यानी कि मार्केट की तेजी के दौरान इक्विटी मार्केट से बाहर निकलें और मंदी के दौरान इक्विटी मार्केट में निवेश करें। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड इसी विपरीत लेकिन लाभकारी निवेश को दर्शाता है। ये तेजी के दौर में इक्विटी मार्केट में कम निवेश करता है और मंदी के दौर में ज्यादा। इस प्रकार ये निवेश के लिए लाभकारी विधि का पालन करता है। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड मार्केट की तेजी या मंदी के अनुसार अपने इक्विटी एक्सपोजर को नियमित रूप से 100% से 30% तक घटा या बढ़ा सकता है। जहां तक रिस्क और रिटर्न्स का सवाल है, निवेश विधि के चलते IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड डेट और इक्विटी के बीच में आता है। ये टेबल फंड द्वारा इक्विटी में किए गए एलोकेशन की जानकारी देता है, जो कि मार्केट की PE के आधार पर मार्केट की तेजी या मंदी देखते हुए किया जाता है। इस एलोकेशन में मार्केट के उतार चढ़ाव के अनुसार उचित बदलाव भी किया जाता है। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड में निवेश करने के लिए अपने एडवाइजर से आज ही संपर्क करें या फिर www.idfcmf.com पे ऑनलाइन निवेश करें। म्यूचुअल फंड में निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। निवेश करने से पहले स्कीम विशिष्ट दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ लें। This is the chart of the BSE Sensex. The red, yellow and green zones indicate when the stock market was expensive, fairly valued or cheap on the basis of the market's price-earning ratio or PE. You can see from your experience that most investors have got attracted to investing in the market at times when the markets have been in the expensive zone. This is validated when we see the data for flow of money into the market. While markets have been in the red or expensive zone on 37% of trading days, 72% of all money has come into the market at these times. On the other hand, markets have been cheap for 31% of trading days but have attracted only 3% of the money flow. What this says to us about human behavior is that investors attracted by past returns get greedy and enter equity markets when expensive. Correspondingly, they are struck with fear and decide to sell out when past returns look bad. Prudent investing demands the exact opposite in terms of behavior, that is, moving out of equity as markets get expensive and moving into equity when markets get cheap. The IDFC Dynamic Equity Fund exhibits this opposite but prudent investing behavior. It buys less equity as markets get expensive and buys more as markets get cheap, thus formalizing good investment strategy. The IDFC Dynamic Equity Fund has the flexibility to move from 100% to an effective 30% equity exposure to dynamically reduce equity exposure as markets get expensive and vice versa. Due to its nature and strategy, the Dynamic Equity Fund lies somewhere between debt and equity as far as risk and return goes. This table shows at a glance the fund to equity based on how कुल विपरीत व्यवहार करें, यानी कि मार्केट की तेजी के दौरान इक्विटी मार्केट से बाहर निकलें और मंदी के दौरान इक्विटी मार्केट में निवेश करें। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड इसी विपरीत लेकिन लाभकारी निवेश को दर्शाता है। ये तेजी के दौर में इक्विटी मार्केट में कम निवेश करता है और मंदी के दौर में ज्यादा। इस प्रकार ये निवेश के लिए लाभकारी विधि का पालन करता है। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड मार्केट की तेजी या मंदी के अनुसार अपने इक्विटी एक्सपोजर को नियमित रूप से 100% से 30% तक घटा या बढ़ा सकता है। जहां तक रिस्क और रिटर्न्स का सवाल है, निवेश विधि के चलते IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड डेट और इक्विटी के बीच में आता है। ये टेबल फंड द्वारा इक्विटी में किए गए एलोकेशन की जानकारी देता है, जो कि मार्केट की PE के आधार पर मार्केट की तेजी या मंदी देखते हुए किया जाता है। इस एलोकेशन में मार्केट के उतार चढ़ाव के अनुसार उचित बदलाव भी किया जाता है। IDFC डायनामिक इक्विटी फंड में निवेश करने के लिए अपने एडवाइजर से आज ही संपर्क करें या फिर www.idfcmf.com पे ऑनलाइन निवेश करें। म्यूचुअल फंड में निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। निवेश करने से पहले स्कीम विशिष्ट दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ लें।
Have you ever tried beating a treadmill while running on it? It invariably stays in front of you. Inflation is like a treadmill. If the rate of inflation on an average over the long term is greater than the return on your investment, then you will have lost the race before it even started. And as time passes by, the gap between your investment growth and cost increase due to inflation will only widen. If you still don't believe in the power of inflation, take a look at these numbers. Let's assume an average 5% rate of inflation over different time periods. For example, if you take a look at your monthly expenses currently, say they're about rupees 20,000. After 25 years, it will be above 67,000 rupees. If you want to send your child for higher education today, it would cost you about 5 lakh rupees. But after 15 years, it will be above 10 lakh rupees. If you want to marry your child today, it will cost you about 10 lakh. But after 20 years, it will be above 26 lakh rupees. So, if you want your investment returns to win the race against inflation, you need to choose an investment option that has the potential to perform with some momentum over a long period of time. How do you beat inflation? All you need is an investment vehicle which has the potential to deliver returns which are substantially higher than inflation over a long period of time. Did you know? Indian equity markets have given an average return of 17.73% since inception. An equity mutual fund scheme with a long-term track record and consistent performance, such as DSP BlackRock Top 100 Equity Fund or DSP BlackRock Equity Fund, could potentially be that vehicle which helps you comfortably stay ahead of inflation over time. Experience may have taught you that tasks done in a planned, disciplined, and systematic manner always deliver the best results in the long term. Well, wealth creation requires pretty much the same principles. It's all about systematic investment planning and maintaining that disciplined approach till you achieve your desired result. Use the power of compounding to your advantage. If you save a small sum of money regularly in an equity mutual fund, your money will work with greater power and it will significantly impact your wealth accumulation. That's the underlying principle of the power of compounding. But you need to start now. Even a seemingly small delay of 5 years can cost you the crorepati tag. Let me illustrate how. If you make a monthly investment of rupees 5,000 for a period of 15 years, you will have invested the sum of 9 lakh rupees. At an annualized return of 18% per annum, this 9 lakh will have grown to 45.96 lakh. Let's look at another scenario. If you invested the same 5,000 rupees every month over a period of 20 years, you will have invested a sum of rupees 12 lakh. At an annualized return of 18% per annum, this 12 lakh would have grown to, guess what? rupees 1.17 crore. Therefore, that extra 5 years of investment has more than doubled your final corpus. Starting a SIP in an equity mutual fund allows you to take advantage of investing in equities and also seek diversification. In addition, it minimizes the effects of investing in volatile